Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We are looking at what their thoughts about you right now are. We have 4 piles. Pile number 1 with blue skies and black tourmaline. Pile number 2 with pink skies and hematite. Pile number 3 with orange skies and onyx. Pile number 4 with green skies and emerald. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing and ordering readings from me. And if you haven't checked out, I have my lowest prices for readings right now, and I'll explain why in the description. So if you want to check that out, it's for a limited time during the season for spring only. I'm super excited to finally get to 8,000 subscribers. I'm very, very happy. I am on my soul mission. I am following my divine guidance, and part of that is channeling the highest divine messages for the highest 5 people out there. So thank you so much for connecting with me. I am so honored to connect with you as well. You help me with my light work, and hopefully I'm helping you with yours, and with everyone helping one another. I mean, we can make the world go around, right? So with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you so much love and light. Hey, pile number 1 with the tourmaline and the blue skies. Let's see what their thoughts about you right now are. I hide behind material things, and I feel you leaving me behind. I said I fell instead of I feel. So I feel like they were falling behind. Not even like they were falling, but they actually already fell. Like they feel like they're already dead in the water, and like why would you go and try to resuscitate a dead body when there's like living people out there that you can have a happy romantic life with? So they kept burying themselves. I feel like they could have been burying themselves in like their work, or buying a lot of things. I saw a lot of like watches or things like furniture, or like things for the home, like gadgets and stuff like that. Like always having the newest this thing or that thing. So I do see that they no longer have the fear of you kind of feeling like they're falling behind, not being able to catch up. They feel like they already fell. They feel like they're already dead in the water, dead in their tracks, and you have no reason to go back for them or to stay with them anymore, and that you're like, you should move forward because they feel like they're never going to catch up. Like their fear of once falling behind has already in their mind come true. Okay, Apprentice of Wires. Okay, so that's like the Page of Wands. So I feel like they not only feel, it's not materially, that's why they're like diving deep into like the physical material things when they're around you, because that's what they feel like they have at least a little bit of like something saved up, like something to show for. It's something physical, something material, money maybe, or job position or something. But they feel like they are so behind when it comes to like creativity and just the way you think and the way you like move and maneuver around life. It's just way too much for them. Agent of Wires too. Wow. So that's the Knight of Wands. And they're not that far behind. Like they're actually catching up to you way more than either of you know. You might see it actually. You might see that this person is not that far behind. Like maybe they lack a little bit of, time with their hobbies, or time with their creative side or intuitive side, or time with their emotional side, or whatever. But you see that they have been rapidly growing since they've known you, or since you've last spoken, or you've kind of seen like rapid growth in them. And so you're kind of surprised that they're just kind of like giving up on you or this connection so quickly. You're very close to achieving your goal, yeah, because they're so close, but I feel like they don't see it, and they might not know that you see it either. I feel like this person needs a lot of like confirmation and affirmation from you. Conclusions are within reach. Your hard work is paying off. Yeah, see, this person is very, very close in achieving whatever this is, getting to where you are in terms of creativity, or figuring things out. Like, I feel like they think you're so creative or artistic, or lively, vivacious, a good conversationalist. You have a lot of interests in life or something like that. And they feel like they're so far behind, but they're not. You wouldn't have been attracted to them if they weren't, if you're like that. So the fact that they feel that way is a big sign of their insecurity right now. But they have nothing to be insecure about. Like, their hard work is paying off. They're very close to achieving. They went from the page to the night, like, very quickly. And, you two wouldn't have matched. You two wouldn't have been interested in each other if you both didn't have these qualities. Okay, so what do they usually think about when they are thinking about you? Like, what is their most frequent thoughts when they do think about you? Like, where do they think about you the most often? Okay, so this fell off the table. Passion. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of passion here, a lot of fiery desire. This person finds you very, very attractive. And they do often think about you in that way. Very sexual. And healing. It's like a twofold thing. Like, you satisfy their like physical needs, but you also satisfy their emotional and spiritual needs. So they're very, very happy with you. That's why they think you're so like above and beyond, better than them. And they feel like they'll never catch up to you, but that's not the truth. Like, you picked them and they picked you for a reason, or there's a chemistry there, or there's a soul connection there for a reason. Eternal memories. They will never be able to forget you. That's for sure. Their passion and desire for you, and the way that you heal them with the things that they learned from you, and the things that I'm getting emotionally released, some traumas from the past, maybe from their family or something. Like, where are they going to get that, I'm getting like you're a built-in therapist, but that's not cool. Like, that's not, you shouldn't be dating someone who's has to be a therapist for you. But I feel like that might be one of the things. Like, they don't know if they can like give back to you how much you've given them. They're not sure if you feel the same way about them passionately, and like if they can give back the same amount of healing to you. Faithfulness and modesty. There's like this purity within you, lady in the streets or freak in the bed kind of feeling. Like you're very, very, you come off to have like a very ethereal, pure, very divine, natural, like naturally, very like good kind of energy. But at the same time, you can like really surprise them with like all this like wand energy and this fiery passion energy. Like you can be very cool tempered and very logical and get things done, but at the same time you could also be very fiery and then in the moment be very like spontaneous and think of something exciting to do, or be very like playful, and like they're like, I'm never gonna find someone like that, again. So what do they think about you the most often? Sorry if you hear the wind. It is super windy right now, but very sunny. What's your honest truth? Yeah, because they don't believe it. They're like, why would they like me? Why would they want to be with me? Like, what's the catch here? Like, am I like being like duped? Like, I have nothing to really offer you, so like, why are you? They want to know the truth. Like, why? They don't get it. This one. Gratitude again. I mean, they're so grateful for you being in their life. They're like, even if it's just for a short amount, like, I have to respect like God or the divine and spirit, the universe, for allowing you to be in my life for even a short period of time. Like, they have so much like kiss your feet kind of gratitude for you, because you really, really opened up their heart, their passion, and their higher mind, and healed a lot of bad stuff. It's like you were kind of like a miracle worker to this person. Even if you don't feel like it, just like being in your presence, they learned a lot from you, just the way you interact with other people or the way you live your life. They have so much gratitude for you, but they don't get it. They're like, I don't get it though. Why would they want to be with me? Okay, so what will they most likely think about in regards to you in the near future? What will they most likely think about you in the near future? Coming up empty here. Okay, there we go. I feel like it's like for a little while there might be like still a lot of disbelief from their side, and like a lot of things that they don't want to like talk to you about, and they just feel insecure about. But then I think soon soon after they get over that insecurity and work through whatever they need to work through, they'll come to you. I'm getting like a couple months or 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, something like that. Like they will that's not talking about physical union or anything. That's just like when they will actually open up, even if they are with you for a long time, even if you're dating this person or a long-term commitment. Like they might not actually fully open up for you till like I'm getting for most people like 2 or 3 months, at most a couple of years. But like, yeah, it's even if they're with you, so not to say that the relationship would be bad if you two are together, but it might take a second for them to kind of really bring up this situation. It's like, why would you, like if you think someone's out of your league, you're not gonna tell them that straight up often. Okay, so childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. Yeah, so that's what they are working on, is kind of loving who they are. Because I feel like, them, it's obviously mirroring their mind, right? Right now, their emotions, their feelings about themselves. The fact that they don't think that they should be with someone as awesome as you. That's definitely, work that they need to do for self-love, right? Unexplained wonder, magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered right now. So I do, that's why I say, I'm like, yeah, even if they don't like bring up this specific situation to you immediately, does it not mean that they won't talk to you or work on this connection or relationship. There is beautiful things happening in this connection for you or in your love life right now. So expect big things to happen in your life right now. In the light of the moon, a full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. Yeah, I think it's both. I feel like a lot of fear is coming up, but in that fear being illuminated, there's a lot of like beauty, like acknowledging the soul's beauty, acknowledging their beauty, acknowledging your beauty is coming through too. So it's like a two-hit thing, hitting on their fears, which is like falling behind, already feeling like I already fell behind kind of feeling. But there's no one that I'm gonna like feel like this way about ever. But what if I hear their answer and it's my worst fear, that they actually don't have as much passion for me as I do for them, and I do not heal them or help them as much as they heal and help me. You know, that's a big fear, you know, feeling not equal to your partner. Yeah, so a lot of things happening, but let's see. Some good things happening as well. Okay, so 8 of Cups. It came out in reverse. So I feel like if they step away, it's very temporary. And they might not even step away physically. They might just step away mentally or emotionally until they gain a little bit more self-love. And I feel like for most people in this connection, you're aware of this and they are aware of this. That both of you are kind of working on self-worth and self-love. It might be mirrored in different ways for the both of you, but it definitely feels like that. And it's like a very temporary kind of like, that's what I'm saying, like a couple weeks, a couple months, you know, a couple of years at most. But I think that's more for people who are in little to no communication or haven't really been in a relationship yet, stayed friends, something like that. But for most people, if you've been talking to this person, have been in a relationship with this person, or are currently in a relationship with this person or dating this person, it might just be like a temporary thing. Very, very short thing. Guardian of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Guardian here is the Queen of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's a bit of a, you know how it's kind of, what's that saying? Like, take care of your own home first. What is it called? Yeah, the saying, it's get your own house in order first, or get your own home in order first. So I feel like that's what's happening. Like even within this connection, it's like, okay, you got to get yourself right first before you can get the connection right. You know, it's like you have to get your own heart right first, your own mind right first, before you can work on the heart of the connection and the mind of the connection. So yeah. Okay, so last but not least, what will they think about you most in the near future? When I lead from a place of love, people respect me. Yeah, see? So I feel like it's a self-respect, self-worth, self-love situation completely. Like, totally. Straight up. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Yeah. So they're they think very highly of you, and that has gotten them a little bit down because they, you know when you're around like a bunch of successful people, however you define success, and it kind of gets you down because you start comparing yourself and you're like, oh well, I'm nowhere near that. I may not have ever get those skills or that, level of success, or be able to work that hard, or be smart enough, or be, good looking enough, or whatever. Yeah, it's that kind of situation. They're just kind of letting go of what other people think of them. And that's a big deal. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated, I'd really, really appreciate a like, a comment. Subscribing would be great. Ordering a reading with me would be great. Any way you want to shine a little bit of your light my way in this channel and my light work is very much appreciated. I always pay it forward. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you so much love, light, and peace. Hey, pile number 2 with the pink skies and the hematite. Let's see what their current thoughts about you are. Okay. The timing just wasn't right for us. The funny thing is that card flipped out very quickly, so it's kind of like maybe things were moving a little bit fast, but it didn't feel wrong. It felt like it was natural. It was naturally moving along, like organically evolving, this connection. But I felt like it was sooner. It was happening sooner than they expected, or that they had in their mind, that they visualized, and they're scared that means it's wrong. Okay. I am not available. Okay. So both these cards came up like they just kind of like chopped out of the deck, and it's kind of like they just completely turned off. Like they just completely shut off from you. Maybe they ghosted you, or maybe they just kind of like they're there 1 minute and they're not there the next minute. Maybe this is like an on and off thing, or it's just like when they're cold to you, and then when they're warm, and it's just like it's not that the connection isn't good, it's that they're just so confused about the timing aspect, and they're just like, wait, so it's either like they think that that's wrong because that's the way they were taught, or that's the way they see other people doing it, or it's just not the way that they saw things going, and it freaks them out a little bit. But I'm seeing that the connection isn't wrong. It's just how they think about how relationships should go is wrong. I'm getting that some of them may have had at least one good relationship or crush connection in the past, and it went slower, so they base all their other relationships based on that connection. They think all relationships need to go slow at first, or go like a little bit slower at first in order for it to be like healthy and to last. So it's not this connection, and it's not like something I would get angry at them for if I were you, because it's like changing someone's belief, takes a while, and especially when it's so closely connected to strong emotions, and something that might have happened like a while, like if they held this belief for a very long time, it's kind of hard to change it, right? So like that's why I'm getting like, I wouldn't be mad at them, because it's like hard to change a belief like that, even though it's something so small and petty. Like it's kind of like, how you have a superstition, and it's like we've been following this superstition for a very long time, or a friend that has superstition for a long time. You might get annoyed at them because like, why are you following a superstition? Like that's not even true. Like it's like hard. It's hard for people to change beliefs, even about something small like that. Okay, Agent of Vials. That's Knight of Cups. There's a lot of romance here. I'm getting it's like a very kind of, bad boy, a baddie kind of vibe. Like just like, trying to play it tough, has like a reputation to uphold or something, or they have a reputation in love. But they're super romantic. Like, it's like, it's hard not to fall for someone like this. they just give you a vibe, they just give you this kind of like feeling like you're in a movie, right? So this person's like, not for nothing, very romantic, or can be. The Tower, yeah. And so they also felt the same way about you. Like, you're my ride or die chick, or you're my ride or die guy, and they felt very comfortable around you. They felt very comfortable in that lifestyle with you. But then everything just crashed and burned. Tower, yeah. So I feel like they just like it wasn't even them. Like, you might want to blame them, but that's why I say, I'm like, I don't feel like you should get mad at them. And it's like Spirit being like, no, it wasn't them. We cut the connection off. So it might have been like they ghosted you, or it might have felt like they just kind of are hot and cold, or that they just kind of shut off with you. And it's like Spirit's like, no, that's not them, that's us. Because they have, it's probably because they have like inner work to do. Okay, so the thoughts about you right now. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah, see? Oftentimes when Spirit is testing the connection, it's like, okay, so the reason that they might be so hot and cold is because they're supposed to change this belief, right? But this small, like seemingly small belief that they are being asked to change by Spirit isn't just that. It's Spirit's way of testing them if they're open to change their beliefs about a little bit bigger things, and then a little bit bigger things than that in the future, and they won't budge. So if they can't do that with something like you on the other line, risking you, then there's no motivation, So like, you are their biggest teaching tool, Spirit's biggest teaching tool, to get them to kind of open up their mind a little bit and change their beliefs, or edit and refine their beliefs. And that's why it might feel so hot and cold, because they keep failing, maybe, So don't take it personally, and don't be mad at Spirit either. Like, you're probably having similar tests, but something else in regards to this connection. It's time to take action. So they're gonna keep at this. It's interesting because there's a new moon, Aries, and solar eclipse coming up in about a week when I posted this. So for time frame reference, I'm getting, whenever you're watching this, like, this is probably happening in your connection like right now, or it's about to. But they're gonna keep taking action, because Spirit, like right now, both of you are very spiritually connected, energetically connected, and you both will keep coming together energetically, mentally, in your thoughts and your dreams, and physically. If you're in a relationship with this person, like, you'll keep like, butting heads about this one specific, topic, one specific argument, until this is cleared. You two both chose each other to learn this lesson, and it's not going to go away. You both still very much love each other, and that's still a very much strong motivator for both of you to get this inner work and spiritual work done. Bring love into the situation. Yeah, the way to get over this is to realize that love is stronger than anything, and that when you're in true love with someone, when you're doing things from your heart space, that there is no right or wrong timing. Actually, divine timing is usually when your heart is ready, when you're mentally accepting, when you've done the inner work, That's usually when divine timing happens. Okay, so what are their thoughts about you when they think about you the most often? Like over all of time, what are their most frequent thoughts about you? What do they think about you the most often? Family. Yeah, see, this is why. It's probably because of they might have a fear of what their family might say, what your family might say, or they might have a fear of rushing into having a family too quickly, or they might have a fear of something family related. If they'd fit into your family, if you'd fit into theirs, if being together means that they have to be closer to the family or talk to their family or your family more. It's like something with family. Okay. Talent. Okay, I want to get a bit more clarifiers than that. Graciousness and benevolence. I feel like they think that you're naturally talented with family. Like you get along with their family, or you get along with your family, or you would be able to take care of family situations, or be able to work with like your own family that you make well. And they just, I don't know, they feel like they're not ready for that. I mean, if they're going from this like bad boy or baddie kind of energy, and they're like, who's going to tie me down? Like in the back of their mind, they always wanted to. They've always wanted to be tied down. They've always wanted to have a family. They've always wanted to, be able to find someone that they can have a family with or share a family life with. And, they just think you're gifted in that. And the thing is, I'm getting that they are gifted in that too. They're just like not facing their fears with that. Like, it's like again, love solves everything. Like if they were in a relationship with you in a stronger way without this thing hanging out over the both of you, these lessons, they would realize that like with the combined love of you and them together, they can take on anything. And they are also very super talented, because all you really need is love to have a family or to be with a family situation, So I feel like they're just fighting love right now, and like I don't know, like they need to be in their heart space. They need to like be in love, and like I don't know, I feel like this like fear of being in love and doing things out of their heart space instead of logically, like because it looks cool or because it like adds to their reputation or their look or their lifestyle or something like that. So yeah. Power and healing. I feel like they need to realize that that love gives them power, and it gives them a lot of healing. And I feel like that's something that they see in you a lot, that you have incredible power. And although you can come off very like intimidating, very strong outwardly too, that you have this like ability to love intensely, and that they feel like it's like your superpower. And with it, like you bring so much like healing. Like you'd be able to help them, you'd be able to help yourself, you'd be able to help family members or whatever, children. Magic happens when you most expect it. So it's kind of like hint, hint, wink, wink. If you kind of lean into this love thing, it just happens to magically start healing you, and you just start magically, attracting people that, you know, can help you out and that love you and support you. And so it's kind of like give in to this magic. Like, there's so much magic that can happen if you allow in. Like, I feel like love is a form of magic. It's a divine magic, right? It's energy. And it's like they won't, like, they're not refusing to not let it in into their minds or into their hearts. It's like, let it in. Your soul shines. I mean, I feel like compared to them, they feel like you're like, it's like, how can you have it all? They feel like you can live like, you live like both of these lives. Like, you live outwardly very like to them like aesthetically cool life, very exciting, very something they can relate to. But then you have this other side to you where you're also very family oriented and very, you have this like magical healing family power. It's like, oh my gosh, like they don't believe that they have that other side either, but they do. They're just not letting in, you know, the magic. Okay, so what will they most likely think about you in the near future? So what will they think about you in the near future? Look beyond the surface. Yeah. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth into your world. Yeah, bring depth into your world. That's a great way to explain it. It's like, yeah, I feel like they're being closed-minded and closed-hearted, and I think that's like the theme of this reading. It's just like, open up your mind, open up your heart, you know. See, like, you have this side to you and you actually really want it, and yeah, and I feel like they must be mirroring similar things to you. Shedding the old. There's a change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see these new prospects. Yeah. So Spirit's gonna bring in. I'm getting like they're bringing in the big guns. I have like a crystal in my window, and like the rainbow is like shining in my eyes right now. It's kind of crazy. But I'm getting. Wow. Yeah. So I feel like there's rainbows. There's abundance, right? Sun is happiness. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of light shining on your rainbows, your abundance soon, and this is Spirit's like way of showing the two of you that your hard work is paying off, will pay off, giving you examples of like, if you do the right thing, we'll give you abundance kind of thing. So I'm very optimistic that they do, like, the next time they take action in opening up their minds and opening up their hearts to you in this connection and its potential, they will get proof from the divine abundance immediately, to show them that they're going the right way. This will be like physical abundance. Okay. Their thoughts about you, the near future. Child of Swords. Oh, how cute. So that's the Page of Swords. And in this deck, the page is child, and that's reminds me of the family. So I feel like children are involved, or it could be the combining families, or, you know, meeting the parents or grandparents, or taking care of them, or you know, standing up to them, or including them, or talking to them again, or, you know, being more involved with families, since the two of you will become a family or something like that, or more close of a family. Yeah, but for most of you, I do feel like children are involved, combining families, sharing custody, and having children. The idea is planted, I'm getting. their thoughts about you in the near future, most like that they'll most likely have. The Hanged One. Okay, so this is the Hanged Man. I love it because from the moon you can see the earth. I feel like they can see the bigger picture now. I feel like they had to go to the moon, literally get as much space from you to kind of see it. So like if you think it was like, you know, you're getting like spiritual or emotional whiplash from constantly like being drawn in by them, and then like them like getting like pushing you back or jerking back, no, it's because every time they made a mistake or didn't learn their lesson, Spirit yanked them back so they can see things from a bigger perspective. So it was as they were getting whiplash as much as you were. So don't think it was just one-sided. Okay, and last but not least, their most likely thoughts of you in the near future. I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Oh wow, look at that. This so synchronistic. I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Yeah. With you, with this potential family situation. It's, yeah, wow. That is the most likely outcome, what they will most likely think about you in the near future. Okay. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could have never imagined. So yeah, I feel like this like abundance thing. So I feel like they were making excuses in their head. So like, oh, once I get, you know, more money or more in order to afford this family situation, or once I get more settled, you know, in my job situation, or once I get a new home, or once I can, you know, reach out to my parents again and get a good relationship going, or once I heal this past, you know, relationship situation or family situation or whatever. They kept making excuses, but this was what was at the heart of it. But yeah, it looks very positive going forward. You two do eventually get over this hurdle, and there's a lot of a positive abundance that comes in. Whatever that they're wishing for in order to like start this family, it's like as they have to make the decision first to like choose love and choose this loving relationship and connection first. And then as immediately as soon as they do that, they get that job, or they get that, you know, home, or they get that, you know, money, or they get that, you know, family member connection worked out, or whatever, you know. So yeah, wow, what a beautiful reading. I hope you enjoy this reading. If you did, I'd really appreciate a like, a comment, you know, subscribing, sharing, even purchasing a reading from me. I'm still a small channel, but I'm working really hard to get my way up there, and it's all because I channel from very, very high, the highest light. I channel straight from my highest light and source energy, because there's nothing but the best I want to put out there for others, and to help others connect with their highest light and source energy as well, to help them on their highest and best path. So I really appreciate any light donations in whichever form that is that you can give towards me, my light work. And yeah, so I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you so much love, light, and peace. Hey, pile number 3 with the orange skies and the onyx. Let's see what their thoughts about you are right now. So many things remind me of you. Okay, so I feel like they're thinking about you a lot right now. Do you know how like when you're in a crowded place and you're like, oh, I keep seeing this person, like I keep thinking like that person, like for example, if it's like your romantic partner, it's like, oh yeah, I kept thinking I saw you at the train station or at the park or at work, you know, and then the person would turn around and it wasn't you, and it's just like I kept seeing you everywhere. That's what I'm kind of getting is because that person's on your mind so much that you think you see them everywhere. So they are definitely, you are definitely on their mind a lot right now. I am becoming a better person. And even, okay, so whether you're in little to no communication, or if you're dating or long-term commitment, I'm getting that they're thinking about you a lot right now because they're excited to show you like that they're becoming a better person. Maybe they picked up a new skill, or I don't know, they're just like proud of themselves, and like there's no one else that they would rather tell than you. I feel like they I don't know, they're working really hard on something. It could be multiple things. So like they're working really hard on themselves, relationship things, maybe work. And they really feel good about themselves, and they're really excited to tell you, like they're thinking about you nonstop. They almost keep thinking they see you because their mind is getting so excited, even subconsciously, of like sharing this information with you. So they're like, oh, is that person? Are they right there? Like, wait, what am I talking about? Like, why would they be here at this time in this location, you know? But that's because they're so excited to talk to you and tell you how they're becoming a better person. Okay. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So I feel like they had too many things distracting them in the past. So whether you're with this person or not really, they had their eyes set on, I feel like, things that they felt like didn't make them a better person. So like maybe they were really involved in their work when the work that they were doing wasn't really their passion or their desire or something. They were just like after the money or something, or the status, the lifestyle, the popularity, and it could have been the wrong kind of relationships, you know. So I'm getting an aspect of the wrong people, but also something more physical oriented. So maybe their looks, money, job, or popularity is definitely part of it. How they think they should look, kind of thing. Two of Vials, the Two of Cups. I feel like I'm getting like playing with your heart or something like that. And they didn't mean to. Or like if you are in a good committed connection, it was like they were like, you know, they were giving 50% of their time with this thing and the 50% of their time with this other like thing. So it's like they were only giving you half their effort, half their time, half their energy. And it was kind of like they didn't realize that like the other thing, like not everything that they were so zoned in on and were struggling to kind of keep balanced weren't the thing that they needed in their lives, or weren't things that were actually important to them. So I'm getting like you probably suffered because of this, but I'm also getting you didn't know any better. Like you didn't realize that this person was only giving you like 50% or less. I feel like you kind of took it. You're like, oh, I'll take what I can get. And so that's why they're so excited to tell you how they're becoming a better person. They're like, yeah, I now work for a company that I actually like am proud to work at, or, you know, I have coworkers that, you know, actually are good for me in my life, and like, or, you know, like, now I don't spend my money so foolishly, so I don't have to like make as much, or like worry about money as much, or like worry about how, like, you know, like it's just something like that. Yeah, if I'm getting playing with your heart, playing with your time, and I'm getting like you might have not really known that they weren't giving you all that time and energy that they had the potential for. Okay. The end of a tough cycle approaches. I feel like it's a really tough thing for them to, because like they were glued in. They were glued in to this lifestyle and this, like, whatever they were pursuing. They were like, this is it. This is what I have to do. Like, I have to be the, I have to make the most money. I have to have the best career. Or I have to have, I don't know. They were like, I'm getting zombie, you know, in the rat race or something. And so it's going to be very, very, very difficult for them to kind of pull out of that. But they have been trying to become a better person. And they do want to see you and tell you what's been going on. But it's not going to be pretty when they decide to leave, you know, old things behind, because I'm getting like they might even put up a fight and they might unintentionally take it out on you and lash out on you, blaming you for being the reason that they wanted to like quit their job or change their job or, you know, change some of their goals or something like that. So be aware. A fiery climax approaches. Yeah, I definitely felt that. Yeah, so I'm getting like, whether this is energetically, physically, or through communication, but I do feel like they're going to be so excited to tell you all the things that they've been working on. And then in the heat of the moment, so while they're like telling you about all these things, they might also start kind of blaming you for leaving what they knew behind and this old life behind. So just be prepared. But like, I would hold space for that, because I wouldn't take it. It's not right for you to take it, and I would definitely let that be known. But I would, you know, allow them the time to kind of transition completely, and be okay with the transition before they, so they can come to you correctly. Yeah. Even if you're in a connection with this person, like, let them, kind of give them space to kind of do what they need to do, kind of thing. Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah, because I feel like they were doing, I mean, if someone has been that zombie and that much in the rat race, and they kind of been chasing the wrong things, you know, whatever, things that didn't resonate with them for a long time, you're going to become somewhat successful in that life, right? So it's not going to be easy in letting go of the success that they had before to start over in this new thing, or to start with like not much experience or not much accolades and recognition. And so they might take it out on you a little bit. So I would be careful. Okay, so what do they think about you the most often? When they have, like, over all their thoughts that they've had about you so far, like, what do they think about you the most? What about you do they think about the most? Freedom. You do represent freedom to them. And so that's why they're like, I want to get out of, you know, this zombie mode and, you know, focus on what makes me happy. And, you know, you make them happy. They're becoming a better person because of you. They literally think they see you everywhere. They get excited about the thought of talking to you or telling you what's going on in their life or what else they've been working on. And, you know, whether it's day to day or weekly or monthly or yearly, like, you know, how whatever this connection is, like, you represent freedom to them. Freedom from the restraints that they had in their life before. This new life, new vision. The most frequent thoughts about you. Okay, friendship. How cute. Friendship and freedom. we have the Two of Cups and then friendship. So like this is a really like full connection where you two are not just lovers, but you're also very, very close friends. You probably have a lot of things in common, a lot of shared interests. You might like the same kinds of TV shows or movies, or places to eat, or a similar lifestyle. You just kind of enjoy being around each other's company. And they don't want to lose that, because they're like, even if you tell them like, oh, you can't lash out on me for decisions you made for your life, but at the same time, I understand that you're going through somewhat of a transition, and you still kind of need to get through that and come to a place where you're okay with it. Like maybe we should take some space, or until you kind of figure that out, until you get to a place where you don't lash out at me for that. And they might say something immediately back, saying something like, well, I don't want to lose you as a friend, like I think we have something so special here. You're the love of my life. You're the one who kind of freed me from this life, and I want to at least be able to talk to you and hang out with you while I'm doing this. And I'm sorry that I am not handling this well right now. So I'm getting something like that. Like they immediately be like, no, but I can't let you go. Like hold on to me. Cheerfulness, yeah. So this might be like, how like sometimes when someone's too kind, you kind of take advantage of their kindness, kind of thing. So I feel like they see you as a very cheerful person, and they feel so bad that they could potentially hurt you for not being able to handle this transition in their life really positively. I mean, they're so excited about it that they want to tell you immediately. They want to tell you everything going on every step of the way. And I'm getting like they're cheerful because of you. You made them into a more cheerful person. But they're like, I don't want to suck the cheerfulness out of you. Like I don't want to be, the vampire, like taking away your cheerfulness for the sake of my own. And like that like breaks their heart when they feel like they didn't treat you right. And then I feel like you guys are hanging out, like this is like a trip or something, like you guys are on vacation, or spending a lovely time together, a date or dinner, and then all of a sudden it goes like really sour because they're like lashing out at you. And it's just like they're being cheerful and then you're being cheerful, and then like they start getting like angry about like what they're like, how like you're in mid conversation, it's like, yeah, I'm so excited, I'm leaving my job, like it's like it was so terrible, like the people there weren't good for me, they were always going out at bars at night, and then like always keeping me up, I was never getting enough sleep, the boss always gave me too much work. And then they're like, and you're like, yeah, and you're I don't know, being positive and cheery. It's like, yeah, like I'm proud of you, like that's good. And then they're like, oh well, but then it did pay. You're trying to like make them feel better, like, oh yeah, but like that was a good place that you were in. You're probably just going to a better place. And then they're like, yeah, it was pretty okay. Actually, I was making a lot of money there. I don't know if I'll ever find a place that pays me that much. And I worked there for a lot of years. Like, experience at the company matters. Like how many years you've been there. It's like, wait, why did I leave? It's like, if you kind of, were more money minded, maybe, then maybe I would have been okay being here. Cause like, I don't know, just like blaming you for something. I don't know. I'm trying to keep with this. I don't know. The story came out in this reading, and like I can't finish the story. I don't know. They're just like kind of, you know, blaming you, whatever. And then it turns their cheerfulness away. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm probably not gonna be able to ever make this money without, you know, ever again. It's like, you know, well, if you weren't so much like pushing me out the door, like I would have maybe stayed here until I had a better job lined up. Like, yeah, why did you tell me to switch this job? Like, I didn't. Like, you know, it's like, this is a decision you made for your life. Like, you can't talk to me that way, kind of thing. And then they realize that like your cheerfulness kind of goes away, and they don't usually see you that way or something, or they're really like, wow, what did I do? You know. So that's what I'm getting from that. And purity, cheerfulness, yeah, and innocence. Cheerfulness came up twice, yeah. So I feel like you have a very kind, beautiful soul, and they're trying to mimic you, but they're not like at a point there where it's like where they can be genuinely like cheerful all the time. And so you're a great inspiration, great motivation, but they need to kind of do their like inner work in regards to letting go of past things. Okay, so what do they think about you the most? Yeah, fear of taking away your cheerfulness, the fear of losing a friendship, how much you represent freedom to them, and you are living poetry. Yeah, matched with the cheerfulness, like I feel like you're so free and cheerful. Like you're a cherub. I'm kidding. You're a cherub. You're just like this happy little angel baby. And I don't know. It's just like they need to protect that, but also like they want to be that. I mean, they want just literally trying to mimic your behaviors because they want to be in the energy that you're in. And I feel like they might eventually even get there, but they just have to be okay with letting go who they were or their old life, you know? Okay. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Yes, I'm getting all these like little bits of fear are popping up, but they also have a beautiful new ferocious dream because of you, inspired by you, and they are working towards it because you're a huge inspiration. One of the main reasons that they did this or want to do this. I'm just drawing a blank. I don't know what I'm saying. I forget. My thought just whoa. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, they have a big new dream of what their life can look like, and they're working towards it, and they have the potential to get there if they just keep going. Yeah, change maker, make waves. It's just a lot of changes. It's a lot to handle, and you just might not want to be caught in the storm, you know. But it makes them happy to be changing, and I feel like they're like, I want to be there already. I want to be where they are. I want to be happy with my life choices. I want to be happy with these areas of my life, but like they still have like a little bit to go, you know. They have ways to go, and it's like they're looking at you and you're so happy and you're so free and doing whatever. And it's like, well, that takes time. You know, it takes work. So it's like, wait till you get there. Okay, and then lastly, what are they most likely to think about when they think about you in the near future? Adrift in shallow water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice all the small things and appreciate them. Yeah, so I feel like they're protected. You know, they're in shallow water, and they just need to keep reconnecting to why they're doing this, which is their dream, and be aware of what's going on, a lot of changes in their life, and how that can just make them, irritated and angry and frustrated towards other people. They might lash out or take it out on other people, and that's just, other people being a mirror for what's going on within them. So keep that in mind. They just need to be like, calm themselves down, like keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And you remind them of that. It's like, okay, don't kill their cheerfulness. Like, I don't want them to be harmed because of me trying to move my life forward. Okay, disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you may be holding onto. So I feel like this is a message for you, like, let go, because this person is still in a stormy kind of place, and whether or not that they'll reach where you are is, probable, but it's not something that you want to hold on to. It might damage your energy. So it's kind of like when you're in a relationship, or even when you're like kind of dating someone and they're going through major changes in their life. It's like probably not a good time to be in a relationship with them, even though you like them a lot and they like you a lot, because they have to bring in those changes and solidify those changes and be okay with it, and that's going to take some time. And if you get wrapped up in that, you may take on lessons and karma and I'm just going to say beatings and punishings and suffering that you don't need to. So you can hold space for them and separate from them, allowing them to do what they need to do, so you don't have to suffer the same things they have to suffer, because you're connecting to their energy so strongly. You can maybe reconnect with them after their energies are, after the storms, within their body, within their minds and hearts and spirit. But you're going to give yourself like unnecessary suffering, and lessons and karma that's not even yours, that you don't even need during this lifetime, because you decided to be with this person when they're going through major changes like this. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, give and take, I'm getting. There is a way to kind of maybe stay friends. I'm getting like acquaintances even. Like I would like step back. Like you might like there's a chance that this person comes out the other end ready for this connection. And there's a chance that you might want to wait for them, or may be interested at that time. Who knows what happens in between, feel free to date, feel to entertain another relationship or be in another relationship, and completely let this one go. But I feel like you two like each other too much to not check in with each other once in a while. And that, if I'm getting from spirit, like that's okay. Temperance, yeah. Just don't. There's a little bit of give and take. That's what I'm saying. Like you might want to like be friends. They might want to be friends with you, but that's not gonna work, because it's gonna get like fire and ice here. Like it's gonna get too hot to handle. It's gonna get like very strong. So if it's like, oh yeah, like let's go out for coffee, see how you're doing, and then they're like, oh, I really enjoyed that. You want to go out for coffee again, like this weekend, or maybe see each other again the next week. It's like, and you might be tempted to say yes because the first time went really well, and the first few meetings might go really well, but after like 4, 5, 6, 7, it's like, oh no, you two are basically in a relationship. You're gonna take on their dark energies that they're going through. when you don't need to, and at that point it might be too late. You might have to clear that with them or after them, but like it's gonna be really hard to say no. It's gonna be really hard because I'm getting like there's a lot of attraction here. Three of Swords. Yeah, that's heartbreak. Please protect yourself. Please protect your heart. Please don't let yourself go through any unnecessary suffering. Okay, and last but not least, there are most likely potential future thoughts of you. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. Best case scenario, That's the best case scenario. Is it the most likely? Probably not. Not until they get finish up this energy. Okay, couple cards. My friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. That's for you. I would, look for support from your friends, not this friend. And, yeah, that's going to be really positive for you. Because they need a lot of time to be able to think positively and not lash out. And lastly, I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I'm ready to receive. So this is a message for both of you. I'm getting, you both have great visions for your future. You both have been working really hard because you both desire it really well. You're both ready to receive it. But it seems like you'll know if being with this person means that you're going to receive this vision, this future, or not. So be wary, follow your intuition. It's going to depend on your connection and your specific relationship with this person. But there's some messages here, and you know which ones relate to you. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I'd really appreciate a like or comment, sharing, subscribing, ordering a reading from me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Much love and light. Hi, pile number 4 with the green skies or the northern lights and the emerald. Let's see their thoughts about you right now. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I love you unconditionally. Okay, so this person feels like you might have been using them, or that you got a lot of happiness and love from them, but they might have they love you, but they don't love you that way. So if this is a harsh truth to hear, please wait till the end of the reading. Like, there's going to be some lovely messages that come through. This is just their current thoughts about you. So I feel like this is something that is harsh that happened, I'm getting a little while ago. That they love you for who you are, and they will never stop loving you for who you are. But they, at least right now, don't think that they love you the same way that you love them. But who knows? Let's see. The Fool card, it came out in reverse. Okay, so I do feel like there's a fresh new beginning and love happening for you, for them, and maybe for the both of you together. Well, let's see. The Ace of Arms, and that's the Ace of Swords here. Whew. I'm getting, I have to cut you out because I need to know for sure. And I'm getting that's you. So I'm getting that they might have thought that they might have not felt the same way about you as you felt about them. They love you dearly. I mean, they care for you, and they hope and want the best for you, and wish the best for you. But they're kind of like, I need to just go out there and like kind of like cut this off to see what my life is about. Like, I want to start over fresh in love, and I need to cut you out in order to do that, because I feel like they're going to be stuck. They would be stuck if they stayed with you, because they do genuinely care for you, but they don't feel like they love you back as much as you love them. Okay, we're going to get to the good part. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. What are they thinking about you currently? It's time to release negativity. Okay. So this is negative thoughts that they're releasing. It's not necessarily you that they're releasing. They're releasing this thought that they don't love you back as much as you do them. And that's considered a negative thought. If you think you don't love your partner back as much as they love you. Because if you love someone unconditionally, you love them no matter what. So this is kind of, I'm getting a contradiction. That's why I'm like, there's something fishy going on here. I'm not sure what it is yet, but Spirit's easing us into it, okay? So please bear with me. I know it's tough to hear these messages, but I promise you it's going to get good. We just have to figure out what is going on, because they're like, cut out the negativity. It's not a good thing that I don't feel the same way about them. So let's just cut them out of my life and start over fresh. Like, let's jump into another relationship, or be single or whatever. So I feel like there's some negative thoughts here. Let's see what it is. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, so they might think that you're not practical enough. They might think you're maybe a little airy-fairy, little, head in the clouds, maybe not realistic with your dreams, that you're not going to be helpful in a relationship, that you don't take enough responsibility, something about your job or your work or your relationships, like your friends and family. They feel like you're not practical enough. You don't think sensibly enough. And so they're worried. They're like, I love this person. I love who they are. Like, because they're so carefree or airy or head in the clouds, or very creative, or have big dreams, or, have big goals or whatever. Trust people too easily, or too kind of too ditzy, or too scatterbrained, whatever it is, too intense, get too focused, whatever it is. They think that it's better to let you go because there's no true future here. So let's get to the deep part of this, because there's something deeper going on. So a new romantic cycle begins. Prosperity lies ahead. So we have 2 Taurus here, Libra, Scorpio. Okay, so we got Venus, a lot of Venus energies. What is going on here? Okay, so I feel like this is I feel like it's like a version of a hopeless romantic, except being I feel like they're attracted to hopeless romantics. So you may be a hopeless romantic, or you may be like, love comes first, and then career, and then money, and then other things, health or whatever. So you might be the kind of person who puts love first, and they're like, oh, but there's no practicality in that. Like, what if like I broke my leg? Will they be able to like support me? Will they be able to work more? Will they be able to figure things out? You know, and so I feel like this is like the practical romantic. Like they're very romantic. A lot of Taurus energy here. Um, they're very romantic, but because of that, they think so much into the future about, but how is this actually going to work? How does this actually look? Like, if we were to plan to get a new home today, like, would we be able to do it? Would they not be able to hold up their end? Will I be end up doing everything? Like, that kind of thing. Okay, so we got a little bit there. Let's get more into it. So let's see, when they think about you, like over all the thoughts that they had about you, what is like the most common thing that they thought about in regards to you? Like their most frequent thought about you. Love. See, I'm like that. There's so much love here, but they see love differently. Like you might see like, oh, with love you can get through anything, kind of thing. Like any challenges, like we can face it together. But I don't think they believe it. Like I feel like they think like, if you like, they're such a romantic too. They believe in love so much too, but in a more practical way. Like, yeah, we're so in love. So like, what are our goals? How do we reach our goals? What's the first step? How can they? I feel like you both are romantics in different ways, and that it clashes. I feel like they just see you as like someone fluttery and not like serious, or not. And it's not that you aren't. Like I feel like you are very serious in love and you are very responsible in love connections, but you do things like differently, your way, and they might see it as like lazy, or they might see it as like very like ADHD, or very like unorthodox, very kind of different. Like they don't understand how you work in love, and how like responsible and serious you are in love, actually. Compassion. They do have a lot of compassion for you. They do feel like you have compassion for a lot of other people, and they admire that about you. That's why they love you unconditionally, because they feel like you always help out animals and pets and kids and all that. I feel like you might like share with them a lot about when you're going through a tough time, or when something didn't go your way, and they don't. Like I feel like they usually keep that to themselves, or if they do share it, they like, I don't know. It's like I'm getting this kind of feeling of they don't share as much as you. Like I feel like you might share like a lot of your misgivings, a lot of like things that you feel like are that you're working on that went wrong throughout the day, or that you might have failed at in life. But like you kind of always look at it like, but then, I did this, and then, but then I learned my lesson, and I, never made that mistake again. But they see it as like faults, like they see it as like too many faults. So I feel like that's on them. Like, I'm sorry that you, like, you're just a wonderful person that was sharing, you know, truths with someone who didn't handle those truths the way you intended. I feel like they just saw that as like someone who just makes a lot of mistakes, and who might make a lot of mistakes in the future, kind of thing, instead of someone who's like sharing that like everyone, you make mistakes and you learn, and the specific lessons that you learn and the specific mistakes that you made. Because I feel like you're a little bit more like, you're just trying to make yourself more like relatable and be more open. And I feel like this person, they might do the same thing, but like maybe just once, when you might do it like 10 times. Yeah. I'm getting like the love language is, and not like the gifts and you know, quality time, not that kind of love language, but I'm getting like the way you two kind of relate to love relationships is so different that they totally mistook what you said, and your intentions to be like not as valued as it should be or something. Okay, let's look a little bit more into this. So their most frequent thoughts about you, thoughts that you have about you the most often: strength of character and moral integrity. So they do feel like you help like the helpless, and they admire you so greatly for that. They admire you so much, you have no idea. That's why they will always unconditionally love you. Prosperity and compassion. There we go, compassion twice here. They might not get it. Like, they feel like, yeah, you are very prosperous, successful, maybe even somewhat wealthy or doing well because of your compassionate nature, but they don't know how to do that the way you do it. I feel like they're compassionate too, but they're like, I don't know, it's like, how can you be compassionate to someone? Like, how can you like take a day off so you can help someone else off and not get like fired for taking so many days off to help animals and other people? And they're like, that just logically doesn't make sense. It's not practical. You might lose your job, and then like, what? You're gonna put your potential partner or your potential family and like, or your family at risk, or people that like rely on you at risk because you're taking too many days off, and yet you might get fired. And so they don't understand how things work out for you, and they don't understand how you work. And it's like, I don't know, maybe you have a thing with your manager or your boss or something, where you worked out that like, oh, you can take as many days off. Maybe they're very compassionate too. Maybe they understand you, and they allow. This is just an example, but like, you know, something like this. Like, they understand you, so that you're able to take a lot of days off because your manager or boss allows it. Your whole workplace allows it, or maybe you're in charge of your workplace, so you know when you can take days off and when you can't. But they don't see that. They don't understand that you worked things out so you don't get fired. You know, they completely missed like the whole point of them telling you that they take days off anytime someone needs help or anytime an animal needs help. And they're like, they don't understand. They're like, oh, well, you're just gonna get fired soon. And they don't realize they're trying to share that with you for, you know. I'm like my head's like, oh, like I can't deal with you. Like, I feel like you two just don't get each other. You don't understand each other. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rise. So this person kind of needs to raise their vibration. I'm sorry, but like, they don't understand you because like, it's like, you know, everything has a divine design to it, right? A divine plan, some divine system, or some sort of divine organization, you know. And where you stop understanding that level of divine organization, you see as chaos. You see as something you don't understand. So they just literally can't understand you because they're not there. They're not at that vibration. You know, no one's better or worse. It's just like, they are where they are, you are where you are, and you're just going to keep miscommunicating and not understanding each other. Even you, like, you might be able to understand them, but you might not be able to speak their language because you've evolved. So like, you no longer use that vocabulary, and you probably don't want to because you don't want to, you know, lower your vibration. So it's just going to be always like miscommunication coming on until they raise their vibration, you know? And who knows if that would happen. Creator water. The water energy. Okay. So I kept saying Aries, got Libra, and the Ace of Swords here. And then we got some Earth and Taurus energy with the Venus. And then we got the Scorpio coming back with the water and the love and compassion, unconditional love. So the only thing I really don't see here is fire. Love can be fire a little bit, but I feel like this is more of an unconditional love that we're working here, not physical, fiery, sexy, passionate love. It's more of like a deeper love than that. Bravely market your magic. I feel like this is Spirit's advice for you, because like I feel like you might have been kind of being dragged down by this connection, honestly. Like, I feel like you've been kind of wasting your breath and wasting your energy trying to like tell this person things and explain things to them and open their minds, and they're just not getting it. And it might be frustrating you, and it might be keeping you from moving even higher up. So like bravely put yourself out there, you know. If they catch up and they see it and they get it, they will. If not, you know, who cares? But I do feel like I'm getting, you know, one day they will see at least what you're all about. They'll finally get it at some point. Whether it's sooner or later, we don't know. Whether you end up together or not. Most likely not. But, you know, you never know. This person could be. They're slow, though. They're a little slow. They work slow. There's a lot of love there, but they work really slow. But, yeah, there's still a chance. Who knows? And last but not least, what are their thoughts about you in the near future? What are their most likely thoughts about you in the near future? Enjoy the journey. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary, bringing awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Yeah, so I feel like this is Spirit's message for you, that with that car alarm going off, that this is a huge message. Just focus on right now. Like, who cares what happened in the past? Who cares what happens in the future? In terms of love, in terms of, you know, this situation, you're on your way up. You're on your way to like magnificent, beautiful, divine, magical, miracle changes in your life. So just like, you know, stop thinking about this person. I know it's easier said than done. And start thinking about the miracles that are happening in your life, because you will be kind of amazed what happens. And that way, this person will see sooner rather than later what you're all about. You know, you're on your way to kind of market your magic better, and have all these beautiful changes come to you. And you're going to really enjoy it. So get ready to just show off your light, really. And so Spirit's reminding you, like, who cares what happens in the past or future? Like, right now, you're about to blow up. You're about to blow up. Blow up and glow up. Really shine. Okay, connect to source. Go within and discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want. I feel like this is a little bit for them. For it's like they need to connect more, because if they want to connect with you, they've been exposed to it. I mean, they've seen you. They've seen what you're about. They don't understand it. But just because you two may not talk or may not be as connected as before, doesn't mean they don't think about you. I mean, you expose them to this whole another world. They just don't understand it. It's kind of like, if you brought someone to like a medium and they did a reading for them, and then they're like, wow, like, yeah, that really describes that loved one that passed away. But then they're like, but I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. And they don't really research other spiritual things. It's just like a one and done thing. They're like, oh yeah, like I had this really wild experience. It was very spiritual, but they don't follow it up with like diving into other spiritual topics that they're interested in, or like, discovering what spiritual topics speak to them, and things like that. So I feel like it's like that. Like they got exposed to this other higher vibe of living through you. And so they think about it here and there, but they just don't, they haven't really followed up with work, really. And also for you to kind of connect to source and then think about, like, what is it about them that you really liked? And how could you perfect it more? And the possible next love connection. Leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. Yeah, I feel like you are held up on getting really beautiful things done. So Spirit's kind of just like, yeah, like, get to it. You have, like, you're about to do amazing things. Like, forget about this person. They don't have anything close to the kind of projects that you're doing on the book. So like don't prevent them. Don't let them prevent you from like moving up. And don't let them prevent you from moving up. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. The time is now, I'm getting. So big things are happening for you. So if this person, like, if you haven't thought about them for a while, but you've been really thinking about them recently, this is why. Because they came into your life and helped you do what you needed to do, finish up whatever lessons or work that you wanted to do. But you, like, you were kind of in the same plane, but you were exiting this plane and they're still on that cycle. So you were kind of briefly able to see each other because you're overlapping cycles, but now you're going on to your next cycle and they're still in the past cycle. So like there isn't even a way that you two can possibly connect. Okay. Elder of Pentacles. That's the King of Pentacles. This beautiful brown bear holding his pentacle. I feel like I'm getting like the elders are urging you. So I feel like your guides, your spirit guides, your highest light, the universe, source energy, God is your angels are motivating you to leap into this new cycle. Like, you have so many beautiful things ahead of you. Like they're like, forget about your past. Like, do you see what's happening for you right now? What's coming up for you right now? And so that's what to have you focus on. I would recommend, I'm getting, like, if you watch love tarot readings, I would focus on like maybe readings about like future love or what's coming up next in love or something like that, and not so much about readings about this specific person, because like you have to let it go, or just tarot readings on other things besides love, or just of taking a break from tarot in general, because you have big things going on right now. Okay, last card. What are their potential future thoughts about you? I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. This is totally about you. So it's like, yeah, Spirit's like, forget about them. We talked a little bit about that. We kind of unpacked it. It was a little bit, tough to get through, but we did it. And I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. So I feel like you're in a really good manifestation state right now where you can literally ask for anything and you'll probably get it. So if the only thing is preventing you from moving on, I feel like you mostly are. You're probably just like checking up on this person, or this person just popped out of nowhere in this reading for you. But the Spirit's like, we're bringing this up to let you know to let this thing go, because you're about to get miracles in your life. Yeah. Know who you are and what you're worth, and the kind of life you're worth, the person that you deserve, as a partner, as friends, as family, or anything. I'm getting your elders are watching you, so I don't know. Crossover loved ones, your angels, and all that. So you have a lot of guidance and protection around you, a lot of miracles, a lot of divine energy. You're not going to be able to this person not even going to be able to touch you, because you're on that high vibe. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I'd really appreciate a like, a comment, a share, subscribing, and purchasing a reading from me. It'd be very helpful at this time. I mean, or no, actually you don't need a reading from me. Maybe if you want like a general one or a career one, but like honestly, you don't need it. Good things are happening. Just focus on your life right now. Do you. With that said, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I wish you so much love, light, and peace.